The aims of this video will be to revisit multiplication in the context of a one-to-many relationship, use this to solve multiplication problems involving groups of 8, and explore strategies that will help us understand relationships between different multiplication problems and solve multiplication problems more efficiently. There are lots of situations that have what is known as a one-to-many relationship. Take the spider, for example. One spider has 8 legs, so this is a 1-to-8 relationship. Animals that have 8 legs are part of a group of animals called arachnids. This group also includes scorpions, which have 8 legs, and ticks, which also have 8 legs. Other examples include stationery, such as this packet of pens. One packet contains 8 pens. Or food packaged into groups, like these macaroons. There is one box, but 8 macaroons. So these both also have a 1-to-8 relationship. Schools frequently need to buy large quantities of stationery for pupils and teachers. So let's use the example of the pens and imagine that you're in a school and you're trying to work out how many packets of pens you'll need to buy for different sized groups of pupils. We know that one packet will give us 8 pens, so 2 packets will give us 16 pens. We can say 2 times 8 equals 16. That's enough for about 1/2 of a class, if a class has about 30 children in it. What would 4 lots of 8 pens be? Pause the video and try to work this out yourself before we continue. Now, you may just know the answer to this problem without needing to do any working out, either because it's a known fact already, or you have some understanding of the commutative property. If you know 8 times 4, this means you also know 4 times 8. If you're not sure what the commutative property is, you may find it useful to watch the videos about that. Let's assume that we didn't just know what the answer was. There are many different ways to solve this, but we're going to explore solving this using our knowledge of doubles. We already worked out in the previous example that 2 times 8 equals 16. So 4 times 8 is 2 times 8, which equals 16, and another 2 times 8, which equals 16. Another way I can describe this is 2 lots of 2 times 8. 2 lots of 2 times 8 is equal to 2 times 16, which we can see in the picture. We can see 2 groups of 16 pens. 2 times 16 is the same as saying double 16, which, if I know my double strategies up to 40, I might just know is 32. If these double strategies seem unfamiliar, you may find it useful to explore the video on doubles to 40. So 2 times 16 equals 32, and this is just a different way of showing the relationship for 4 times 8. So this means that 4 times 8 equals 32. So 4 packs of pens with 8 pens per pack gives us 32 pens. That would be enough pens for most large classes of pupils, as long as you didn't have the maximum number of pupils in your class, which is 33. You should just about be okay with 4 packs for one class set. What would 8 lots of 8 pens be? Pause the video and try to work this out yourself before we continue. Again, look for any patterns and relationships or connections between problems we've already solved. There are lots of different ways you could solve this, but let's explore the use of our doubles again. Because in the previous problem, we had 4 lots of 8 pens, and now we've got 8 lots of 8 pens, which is double the number of pens. Knowing this, you might be able to quickly figure out what the total is, but if you haven't, let's talk through it at a slower pace. We already worked out in the previous example that 4 times 8 equals 32. So 8 times 8 is 4 times 8, which equals 32, and another 4 times 8, which equals 32. Or another way I can describe this is 2 lots of 4 times 8, which I can simplify to 2 times 32. We can see this in the picture because I've got 2 lots of 32 pens. 2 times 32 is the same as saying double 32, which if I know my double strategies, I might just know that this is 64. If these double strategies seem unfamiliar, you may find it useful to explore the video on doubles of multiples of 10. So, 2 times 32 equals 64, and this is just a different way of showing the relationship for 8 times 8. So this means 8 times 8 equals 64. So to summarise, we've revisited multiplication in the context of a one-to-many relationship. We've used this to solve multiplication problems involving groups of 8. And we've explored strategies that will help us understand relationships between different multiplication problems and solve multiplication problems more efficiently. In this particular video, we looked quite a lot at double strategies, but this wasn't the only way to solve these problems.